the end of 2020. It's been a ride. It's been a different year for myself in my professional life. A lot has changed, so I kind of want to make a summary of the highlights of what has happened in 2020. So first things first, 2020 was the first year in which I full-time made an income by making videos. So it's like a big thing I've been working towards for the past couple of years. So it feels good to finally have been able to take my hobby and turn it into a true profession. Now, of course, there's been a few hiccups along the way, because in the beginning of 2020, I was still working as a videographer for a big travel agency. Now, obviously, due to the pandemic, it was no longer able to extend my contract. As a travel world, it kind of just stopped. But this time last year, I was in Tenerife and Lanzarote, and we were shooting some party dances for the hotels of the travel agency to be danced after the shows and stuff like this. Like, it was really cool. We shot like loads of different party dances. It wasn't the first time we shot those, but I think it was the second or third year we did this, and every year we upped our game. And I do believe we truly made the nicest videos, like the nicest party dances. People went above and beyond. Like, it was a really nice workshop working with all these people over there in Tenerife and in Lanzarote. As I said before, I was still working as a filmmaker / videographer for the travel agency. Now, I didn't just go to Tenerife and Lanzarote, but I also went to Gran Canaria for a different shoot, and even to Egypt to do some high-end shooting, explaining some different job roles. Like, I got to travel all over the place. It was really a really nice experience, and I learned so much working as a filmmaker / videographer for them. Then obviously the pandemic hit the world, and my contract did not get extended for obvious reasons. So I kind of started experimenting, wasn't really sure what to do. So I was kind of just trying to find my way, and then what happened was I ended up creating this clothing brand. It's called Let's Go Viral. If you don't know what it is, go check it out. It's in the link down below. I didn't really know where to find a new job or something, so I just focused on being busy creatively. This was one of the projects, as I said, Let's Go Viral. I also did a photo shoot for a company of a friend of mine. They're called Masks. This guy is a fashion designer, so he made masks fashionable, because we were in the beginning of the pandemic, and he created these masks with some scrap materials he had laying around, and then we did this amazing shoot. Like, they're definitely my favorite fashion photographs I've made up to this point. Like, it was really cool. I even made a photo book out of them, so this was also a first in 2020. I created my first photo book, and it feels really good to have your photos printed on paper, and you can go through them on different pages. But truly a nice experience, something I should do more regularly. It's a reminder for myself in 2021 to work on some new photo books. One of the other things I was messing around with creatively at this period was I teamed up with Katrien van der Pitte. We worked on a podcast together. It was called Quarantaine Talk. You can still check it out if you want to see it. It's in the link down below. Of course, it's a podcast in Dutch, so this will be for the Dutch-speaking viewers only. And in there we wanted to document the initial impact on different job sectors of COVID-19. So it was really interesting to document this in the moment rather than doing this afterwards. So yeah, feel free to check them out if you want to. It was an interesting experience, and it was my first step into podcasting. I did all the camera work and the editing, but it was a really nice experience, so I could finally tick off one of my to-do things, or one of the things on my bucket list, which was making a podcast. So it felt really good to start creating something. I believe we did 12 episodes. It felt good to finally start working on some new projects. Then we're already like talking about the middle of the summer. It goes quite fast. I started my own company. Finally, Darislow, the name I was using for sharing my creative work, all of a sudden became a business, a photography / videography and filmmaking business. I had my doubts. Now, why did I start it? As I said before, I was looking for a job in Belgium and I didn't really find something which suited my heart. It's not that I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, it's more like the jobs I was interested in doing were at that point in time not available or non-existent. So I was like, or I can go work in a factory, or I don't know, work for the post office and deliver packages and stuff like this, or I can take the risk, jump in the entrepreneur world. I'm so grateful I did, because right now I think I can say it feels like I've made the right decision. It was very scary, very hard, but I believe it was the right thing to do. It doesn't really feel like work, it just feels like something I would do anyways, so it feels good to be able to generate an income doing something you already enjoy doing. So it's this new chapter which is starting, and I'm really grateful to have taken this step this year. Now, like I said, it was very scary. Now, one of the first things I did was obviously I came from an entertainment background. So before I was a filmmaker / videographer for the travel agency. I worked for the same travel agency but as an entertainment team leader. So I was working in the entertainment world, hotel entertainment world. So luckily, Mr. Dimitri Vierstrate, big shout out to you, from Darislow events, he got this new project going for his own event agency, and he needed some, let's call it, friendly bodyguards to walk through this Belgian theme park. It's called Bellewaerde. So I dressed up in my safari suit and then I was walking around in the theme park, informing all the visitors to wear a mask, keep safe distance, make sure everybody's washing their hands and stuff like this. So this gave me this kind of safety net to give myself some time to find different jobs in the meantime. So I was really happy to do this. And I made photos of a wedding this year during COVID. So everybody was wearing masks, of course. It was a strange experience. And then we're already close to entering like the end of the year. And one of the things we did, once again, working with Darislow events, was creating these personal messages. In Belgium, where I currently live, we have this Belgian Santa Claus. His name is Sinterklaas, but it's kind of the same thing as Santa Claus. Now, as this Belgian Santa Claus wasn't able, due to the pandemic, to go to the different families and give the presents, we teamed up and created personal video messages for all the children, so Santa Claus would at least be able to communicate with the kids rather than going to visit them, because this was, of course, not able due to the pandemic. And then currently I'm working on the biggest production I've worked on so far, with, for example, a bigger crew. We're gonna have a proper director, we're gonna have a DP or a cameraman, which will be myself. And then, of course, there will also be a sound guy. So we're gonna have a crew of 3. Yeah, it feels good to be able to finally work on something a little bit bigger, on like a proper production. We're gonna have to build different sets, and in total I think the production will be like an hour and a half-ish. So yeah, it's exciting, you know. It's this new challenge. It's just out of my comfort zone. Yeah, it pushes myself to my limits. I'm stretching my know-how of making videos, and especially planning-wise. Planning out shots, making shot lists, and all this pre-production stuff. So it feels good to be able to push yourself and always working on new goals and refining your skill set. Let's see. Now, 2020 was really the year of experimentation. I worked on a lot of passion projects. It all started actually even pre-corona, pre-COVID, in I believe it was March. I worked together with the guys from company Amaizing. They are a Belgian improv group from Ghent, and they had this idea to make a parody on one of the most viewed Belgian shows at the time. It was about the Secret Service, giving a Secret Service training to regular Belgian people. Now, of course, they had to be fit and reach certain criteria, but in theory, everyone could apply for it. So we did this in the most windy day of the year. I truly believe it was the windiest day of 2020 here in Belgium. It was this huge storm, so this added for extra drama in the shoot. I want to say a huge thank you to the guys at Company MI for sparking my creativity with this shoot, because when we look back at it from where we are right now, this is kind of where the journey as a freelancer for myself started. was this eye-opening thing, like, okay, so this kind of work is possible to do here in Belgium, here locally. Now, of course, I didn't see it at the time, or I wasn't being paid at the time, but just the idea all of a sudden became a little bit more realistic, and was just the start of many passion projects. For example, I started my lockdown diaries. I did these kind of daily vlog here on YouTube. This was a Dutch series, and I wanted to get more comfortable talking in front of the camera, and it did help me a lot. Not just being more comfortable in front of a camera, but mainly becoming more efficient in how I shoot videos, and also how I edit them. I really found my way of making my creative flow more streamlined. In general, it was a really nice process. I believe I did like 50 episodes or something like this. And along the way, I filmed some more sketches with the guys from Amaizing, and we managed to get 2 honorable mentions for 2 separate film festivals. One was for the London Worldwide Comedy Film Festival of summer 2020. We applied for it. We already had a comedy sketch filmed, so we were like, yeah, we might as well just sign up and see what happens. So we proudly managed to get one of the honorable mentions. So it was a really nice feeling to be reassured that what we are doing is something which is appreciated internationally. I'm really proud of getting this achievement. And the second honorable mention we managed to get was one of the Peter McKinnon, I believe it was called the 72-hour video challenge. So he threw this challenge in the world, for which he only gave the viewers 72 hours to create a video and send it through. So I called the guys from Amaizing. I was like, hey guys, Peter McKinnon just dropped this new video challenge. We have 72 hours to make a video. And they were like, oh, perfect. Well, we're just working on a script. Let us finalize it and we shoot it tomorrow. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And we also managed to get it to the honorable mentions. I'm so thankful for being able to work with these guys and to start building on a career in this world, because at the end of the day, that's what I really want to do. And I feel like this year is bringing myself closer to this goal. I did a couple more passion projects. For example, I experimented with some regular vlogs as well, and also some micro vlogs, which you are able to see on my Instagram account. It's also called @Darislow. Go check it out. Links down below in the description. They're basically these very short vlogs, under a minute, which you can see on Instagram stories. 2020 was also the year of Ciao Ciao Bye Bye. It's a podcast, and there I invited ex-colleagues of the hotel entertainment world to share some of their stories, some of their experiences they have gone through working abroad, basically. We did 10 episodes of this, so a full season. A second season might be on the horizon. I might change up things just a little bit. Yeah, if you have any suggestions for Ciao Ciao Bye Bye, feel free to write them down below in the comment section. This is kind of what has happened this year. Now, this was 2020. What does 2021 look like? 2021 is going to be an interesting year. I believe it's going to be an important year in which a lot will change in my career. It's going to be a very, let's call it a deciding year. It's going to decide what the next 5 to 10 years are going to look like, but I'm very excited. I do have one announcement to make for 2021. From the 1st of January, which is on Friday, until the 31st of December 2021, I will be filming a daily vlog. Now, it's not gonna be a daily upload, but I'm at least gonna film something every single day of the year. I don't know, I kind of want to document what's gonna happen for 2021. I don't have too many big things planned or too many things which are fixed yet, but I want to document it just in case. I don't know, I have this gut feeling this will be a year that will be very interesting to look back to for myself, or maybe my future wife or kids in the future. It feels like it's gonna be an important year. It's gonna be big things to come, so I just want to record it and see where it takes us. But that's it for 2020, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow we're in the new year, the 1st of January, new starts. It's gonna be interesting. If you have any tips or tricks you want to share with me about daily vlogging, or if you have any experience with it yourself, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below, as I don't have that much experience with it, but let's just say we will figure it out together. Ladies and gentlemen, before I leave you guys to it, I want to say thank you to everyone who supported me in this in my journey so far, everyone who came on the podcast, everyone who I was able to do collaborations with, all of you who were watching, of course. And yeah, wish you all the best. I truly wish you an amazing, a healthy 2021, and I hope to see you for the next chapter. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's only one more thing to say, and this is, of course, ciao ciao, bye bye.